What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy, back with Hometown Commander, and we are back from another opening for Phyrexia. All will be one. It is the best time of set release, the time we get to open up product, see what we get, and enjoy all of the products that Wizards makes for us. And today, we are opening up a Phyrexia All Will Be One bundle. Now, it's worth mentioning that this is the regular Phyrexia All Will Be One bundle. This is not the Phyrexia Complete Edition bundle, which will be coming out in about a month. If you haven't got one, I would heavily consider waiting. They are very expensive at the moment. The price on them is skyrocketed, and a lot of people are trying to find them. So that is up to you whether that's the thing that you want to chase down or not. Every bundle comes with this little thing of dividers and counters and things like that. We see the Fair Basilica, and then I believe that's Urbrask's Forge there on the dividers. So that's pretty cool. I have to say I don't use them as much as I think most people would, but I think they are pretty cool. We have our land packs with our bundle promo. We're going to take all our set boosters out here and we'll get this guy out of the way. Now every bundle does come with a dice, and we have just a beautiful white translucent dice with red, so that's pretty cool. We have our bundle promo, Caramonyx the Rat King. Now, the one thing that does sadden me just a little bit about the bundles is they don't come with the full art lands in the bundles. You know, Wizards used to do that, giving us the full art lands in the bundles, but this time around we get just standard basic lands. So that's kind of unfortunate. I kind of wish they would have given us some. You see, we just get the number ones there and a couple cards out of play. We have Caramonyx the Rat King, a bundle promo. It is in foil, and I believe it does have different art from the normal one. But we have 8 set boosters. That is why we're here. So let's hop into it. Set boosters, of course, are fun because you have the chance of getting more than one rare, as well as we do have the chance of getting a card from the list. Starting off with Forge Hammer Centurion as our art card. I love art cards personally. I know some people don't, but I do collect them. Now, the nice part that I've been griping on Wizards for a long time, and I'm glad we're finally back to it. One full art land in every booster, whether it's the Phyrexian language one or these borderless, whether these borderless panorama ones, where we get a borderless panorama forest there. Very happy that they're finally back to 1 per pack. To me, they should be. They're already not special enough as it is. Why make it even worse? Most people's Tammy's Immobilizer, Bone Picker Scourge. I believe every set booster does have a couple of these showcase ones in them. So we're going to get a lot of these showcase commons and uncommons. But that's okay. I do generally like them. We get Lux Artillery. That is our commander card. The commander cards that are exclusive to set boosters. Temple of Completion. Tablet of Completion. Kind of interesting. We get a Font of Progress foil. A Phyrexian Goblin token. That is for Urbrask's Forge, I believe. Oh, no, sorry. That is the one that Ovika makes. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, so as you can see there, we already got 2 rares out of our first pack. We got Gobwarden's Gambit. There we go. We have the other basic land there, the Mountain. Forge Hammer Centurion. As far as commons and uncommons go, I don't know of any that are really standing out at the moment. I normally like to set them aside, use them if I need to, and then check in a little bit later to see if any of them have gone anywhere in value, because it's pretty tough to know what's going to be where. We get a Furnace Punisher. Love this showcase art. I genuinely love the showcase arts that they've done. And we hit our first good pull on Mythic. Mondrak Glory Dominus. Man, this is probably the card I'm the most excited for out of Phyrexia All Will Be One. This card is going into a lot of my decks, being that its first ability, if one of our tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of tokens are created instead. There's another card called Anointed Procession, a card that sees a lot of play in token decks because it doubles the amount of tokens you create. And Mondrak is no different. It's a card that I'm very excited to play, and I'm happy that I got one because it is not a cheap mythic. And then we get a foil, the Fair Basilica, and then just an ad card. All right, so Mondrak definitely makes our bundle well worth it. A card that I'm hoping I can pull again and in a prettier version, but thus we continue Nahiri there. And we see my favorite of the panorama arts, the Spider Forest, or the Spider Swamp, I'm sorry. Pretty cool. Titanic Growth gets a reprint, which is pretty cool. Jawblade Duelist, seeing a lot of play on Arena for it being a 1/1 with double strike. They can get that. They can get 2 toxic tokens on instead of, or counters on instead of just 1. Get a Rustvine Cultivator and a Sawblade Scamp. All right, Black Sun's Twilight. The Twilights are kind of a callback to the original Zenith cycle. And here we go. We have the black one. After one target creature gets -X until end of turn, it fixes 5 or more, return a creature card of mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So definitely could take a lot of mana to get rid of some big creatures, but could be worth it depending on what you get out of it. Veil of Assimilation. Love the art. Just feels very video gamey to me. Kind of metal in some ways for any of my metal heads. And our list card is Imarid the Stormcleaver. So I believe, if I recall correctly, this is the reprinting of some of the Secret Lair cards. Now, I don't exactly remember which one this is because it's, I feel like I want to say it was, the Secret, the Street Fighter Secret Lair. So that might be what this is. This is a reprint of that. And I think that looks pretty cool. I like that Magic has been doing the Magic versions of them for the people that don't want them. There you go, Imard the Stormcleaver. We had this last time when they reprinted all of the Stranger Things ones. There we go. We've got Hexgold Slash. Another pretty swamp. Rebel Salvo. Resistance Reunited. Awaken the Sleeper. Got Canker Bloom there. Very interesting card. These creatures that can sacrifice to destroy a target artifact or enchantment are always normally pretty good, and the fact that this one can proliferate as well means this will probably see a lot of play outside of standard and probably in Commander 2 because of what they can do. And we see Nahiri the Unforgiving in the manga art. That is pretty. Not sure how well Nahiri will get played. It is a cool card when it comes to equipment decks. I'm just not sure how much it's going to see play. We get a regular Copperline Gorge, Hexgold Hoverwings, and then we get a Rebel token. Copperline Gorge, of course, is our reprint of the Fastlands. The Fastlands are coming to all of our pseudo-modern formats for the first time. And, of course, back in Standard, Necrogen Communion, one of my favorite cards from the new set for all your decks where you want to protect your commander. There we go. We've got a island in the new pretty frame. Duress getting a reprint. The Dross Pits, one of our Sphere lands. New cycle of Spell Bombs. I'm sure some artifact deck out there will be very happy to get a new Spell Bomb. All right, Sinew Dancer. And there we go. Kaido, Dancing Shadow, wins the award for my favorite of the manga arts. I think his manga art is the best, in my opinion, tied with Nissa. But Kaido looks like it could be pretty cool. I'm excited to see where Kaido gets to see some play, whether it's just in Standard or Brawl, or if can see some play in Commander somewhere. Copper Longlegs and a Drone token. So bundles set boosters are great because again you have the chance at multiple rares. We saw that in our first pack, and like with the Imard card, that was our list card, but you do have a chance of getting a list cards. I believe it's normally works out to about half the time. There's a Traxa and a Mountain, a Panorama Land. I think for the sake of just opening, if you're looking to just open packs and you want to get the most out of your pack opening, I recommend set boosters, which is pretty easy since they come in both the bundles and in the set booster boxes. Draft packs still exist and they are an option, but I just don't think you get as much as you do out of the set boosters. Even if you don't want the art cards, even if you don't want the list cards, even though they are an added bonus, I still feel like the chance at double rares makes it more useful. And there she is, Vraska's Betrayals. Vraska Betrayals Sting, a mythic, one of our new planeswalkers, and the one that seems to be getting one of the most hypes around the online, especially for that first ability. You draw a card, lose a life, and proliferate. Being able to do that every turn is going to be pretty useful. Art by Chase Stone. Chase is one of my favorite artists. He's done a lot of art that I really enjoy. And there we go, a land that everyone's most excited for and wins my award for the Plaza of Heroes of this yet, even though I think it's going to outlive Plaza of Heroes, and that's the Mycosynth Gardens. This land seems really good first because it does tap for mana. Of course, it takes 1 to filter into it for mana, but I think the last ability is what it's going to really be used for in Commander. X and tap, it becomes a target of a non-creature artifact you control with mana value X. This can copy a lot of things, and as long as that thing isn't legendary, I feel like Mycosynth Gardens is going to get you a lot of value. There's a long list of artifacts I can think of that you want to copy. And I think this is going to go in almost every artifact deck that's out there. And then Elephant Grass. This is an interesting card to throw on the list. Cumulative upkeep 1, so return you have to pay 1 more than you did last turn, otherwise you sacrifice it. Black creatures cannot attack you. Non-black creatures cannot attack you unless their controller plays 2 additional for each attacking creature. Elephant Grass is an interesting card. I don't know what it goes for at the moment, but I know it is a card that's worth a little bit. But cool to see that on the list. It's a card that I've seen a couple times. Not too often, but I have seen it a couple times. Ooh, we have a signed Kaido art card there. And a Plains. Tyvar's Stand. Love the art for Tyvar in this set. Although his card's not as good for Commander, I think his card is really, really cool. And there we have the Filigree Silex. It's cool seeing all these new Silex cards when it comes to different peoples. We saw Karn Silex, we saw Urza Silex, and now we see the Silex that Saheeli made. Kind of interesting, this option where you can put counters on it, can take them off to destroy each and only permanent with mana value equal to the number of counters, or you can remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control and sack it to deal 10 damage to any target. That's going to be a great finisher in things like Brawl and that kind of thing, where you're going to be really proliferating up those oil counters. But I'm intrigued to see what Filigree Felix does outside of that. Prologue to Phyrexia, and then another ad card. I kind of don't like the ad cards. I wish they would just put the ad. If you're going to give me an ad card, give it to me on the back of a token. Why we have the need for just full ad cards kind of irritates me. Like, we already get enough tokens out of these as it is, you know, and why not just, you know, do that? And there we go. We have the manga art for the new Jace. Oh, there we go. Pretty forest. I love my forests, and especially when we get nice, pretty art. If anyone's looking to bling out some of their decks with full art basics, if you don't have them, I think this might be a good set to do it with, and the fact that you get one in every pack. Stare, Solidly Scant, Necrogen Rot Priest, one of the new cards I'm very excited for the new Toxic lists I've been looking at. We have Glissa Sunslayer. Glissa gets a new card to rival her old one, which a lot of people really like. Visive Surgeon's Insight. And there we go, the Poison Counter token. Finally getting its reprint in this set. What do you guys think of the bundles? I have to say, I like the dice. The dice, to be honest, is one of the things I love bundles for. I love the dice. I definitely do use them. I love art cards, so I'm very excited to get some more. And again, very happy that one borderless land per pack, and there's 2 different options. So there's definitely be lots of ways to bling out your decks if that's what you want to do. Didn't see any Step Incomplete foils in the set boosters, so maybe they're not available to be gotten. But lots of good stuff here. We did really great with our Planeswalkers, but my favorite pull of this video is still the Mondrak, a card that I'm very excited for. It's going into a lot of the decks that I'm running, and it's definitely worth its good amount. Let me know what you think of my polls down in the comments. What are you looking for out of Phyrexia LB1? I'd love to have some conversation with you, and I will catch you next time.